Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another topic. I'm gonna give you three of them, three topics, okay? And two of them are really bad, really bad. They're bad, okay? Really bad. The last one is very controversial. I don't know why it is. Just it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Why it's controversial? The first one is involving the Somali community. I don't remember the state at all exactly. I just remember that this man that was arrested, a married man. If I remember correctly, he's a married man with children who was grooming a little girl. He sexually attacked her. Should not have done it in the first place. I don't know why. Was imprisoned because the brother and the father got him arrested because he literally fell for a trap that the brother set on him at his home. At the brother, the father, and the daughter's home. The man willingly went there to try to get it on with her, and he got arrested there because the father and the brother held him there long enough for the police to show up, and the Somali community are trying to get him released. Why are they trying to protect a predator? It is awful. It is horrible what he did to that little girl, but yet they want him free. That man should be in prison. The man should stay in prison. The man should see the rest of his life in prison. He has children, and he did that to a little girl. Is no one questioning what he might do to his own children? To his own wife? No, nothing? They're not going to question anything about that? They just want him released. Why? Because he's Somali? It makes no sense. No sense at all whatsoever. It's horrible. That man... Why is this a thing? Why? It absolutely should not be a thing. The man did a very horrible thing, but they just want to protect him, to save him. Make it make sense. Literally make it make sense, because it doesn't. My mind imploded when I heard the news that they're literally trying to, I think, petitioning to get him released. Trying to get the judge to let him go, to drop the charges. No. Let him stay in jail or prison. That man should not be anywhere near his children at all. Doing something like that to me, it constitutes he should not be a father anymore. He should not have any kind of relation with his children unless they wanted to. And even said after they turn 18, after they become adults, that man should not have any say at all with his children. None. There's that first topic. Here's the second one. It happened in Arkansas. The same thing. Grown man, daughter, father. This man, I forgot the name of the man. It's horrible. You can look it up. It happened in Arkansas. This man groomed this little girl through text messaging. The little girl was 13 years old. He raped her. That man raped that little girl. Can you imagine now the trauma that little girl has to go through now? She's gonna have to have therapy to help with her mental issues, the physical trauma, or the emotional damage she sustained. The father, the mother, they're gonna have to do their best to make sure that little girl knows that she is safe. She is surrounded by people that care about her and love her, that will do anything to keep her safe from people like him. And the justice system released him on bail for little to no bail. They released him. And he kidnapped the little girl. She was gone for what I'm assuming is a year. He raped her at 13, and it was at 14 when the parents finally got her back. And I'm not saying it's right, but the father, he took justice into his own hands and ended the man. Again, I'm not saying it's right to do something like that. No one has any right to take someone else's life. No one. no one, point blank period, has any right to take someone else's life. But I feel that it was justified because no one should hurt or touch someone else's kids. That is a line no one should step over. That is a line no one should cross or even has the right to even think about. Imagine if that was your children, your son, your daughter, at any age. From them just barely being born to not even being 18 yet. They could be a day from turning 18, a legal adult. 17 in some states is still a minor. I'm not exactly accurate which states they would consider a child an adult. 17, 18, maybe. In some states, I'm not exactly sure. I have to look it up. But it doesn't matter. From them just barely being born to 17 years old, that's still a minor. That's still your child. Would you be okay someone doing that to them? I'm not. If anyone did that to my kids, yes, I would take it into my own hands. And what does the state of Arkansas do? No bail for the father, from what I remember. I have to go look at it again. No bail for the father, charging him as a murderer and giving him years in jail, in prison, giving him years. I think it was 5 to 10 years in jail or in prison. And that's mind-boggling. Those motherfuckers will literally let a man go free after raping a child for little to no bail. But they will take years away from this man, years away from his wife, his child, his family. They were willing to take a decade of his life away from his family. He could be the breadwinner for all we know. How is that going to affect them? She's going to be going through therapy, and something like that could send that child spiraling into even further, into a darker part of her mind. The wife, she's gonna be dealing with that too. She's gonna be dealing with her husband being arrested, being sent to prison, and literally having to also take care of her daughter. That's not fair to them. Not fair at all. So why is the state of Arkansas doing that? That's Arkansas. You are really seriously wrong for that. That you really should be doing better for you people. For the people in your own state, you should be doing better. You should be helping them. But you're just punishing them for no reason. Well, not for no reason, but the man was doing it out of self-defense for his child. Because he wanted his child back. Again, I'm not saying it's right. But I understand how that man feels. And I hope life gets better for his family. The next topic is the Sydney Sweeney and the Gene situation. Why are people overthinking this so much? They used a generic, pretty, blonde, blue-eyed girl. Generic. They could have gotten anybody else. And anybody else, like her, would have brought up the same issue to them, apparently. When Sydney Sweeney was literally known for selling bath water. Dirty bath water. As in, she got in the water. She literally cleaned herself off in it and put it in a container to be bought, shipped, and sent to whoever bought it. Make it make sense as to why people are so angry about it. Is it because of the word jeans? Jeans, that material made out of denim that could be any color at all. But they're going on about jeans. Jeans, really, a characteristic that you're born with. Again, it makes no sense why this is a topic. Why is this a controversy? It makes absolutely no sense. They're talking about clothes, not the structure of DNA, not about where you come from, not about culture, not about ethnicity, not about race. Clothes. How are people just this desperate to look for something to be angry about? There's worse things out in the country to be mad about instead of just clothes. They weren't talking about black people, white people, Asians. No. They were talking about her clothes. Is victim mentality so important? You can't think of the actual victims that suffer from actual crimes like muggings, murder, hostage situations. People could be robbing a bank right. People during the day could just be going to a bank to process a transaction, either trying to withdraw money, deposit money, transfer money, anything they could be doing there. They could be going there for a business loan, a house loan, a car loan, something like that. They're going there for business, to take care of business, to help themselves and their family. A group of people could be going in there, guns blazing, and they're the victims because they're hostages, because they're going through a very scary and traumatic situation, but you're choosing to be angry over people talking about clothes. It was even in the tweet. It said jeans. Spell it with me. Jeans. Jeans. Not Genes. Not those kinds of jeans, the other kinds of jeans. It may sound the same, but it was right there written in certain words in a specific order of letters talking about clothes. The same kind of material that is used for shirts, jackets, pants. It just the things people get angry about today just makes me literally want to give up on humanity so much. I know there's a lot of good people can do for each other. There's so much that just a kind action can go and do to literally bring up someone's mood that day. Someone could feel so bad, could feel like it's their lowest point of their whole life. But someone could just be like, "Hey, are you okay? Do you want to talk about it?" It's like, and no, I don't need anything from you. Just like, you look like you're having a really bad day, and it's just like, maybe it might help you if you just like let it out, like actually have someone hear your problems, but without judging you. It's just, I just want to be the person that I just want to be the person that lets you know someone actually does take the time to actually care about your situation. That they just want to be that ear for you to just talk it out. Is that so much to ask? Is it so much to ask for people to actually treat each other better? Treat each other nice? Just offer a kind action? But you just rather just see the ugliness of the world. You'd rather just see hate instead of kindness. Just why? It makes no sense. It takes so much energy, so much work to constantly be angry about something and choose to hate on it so much. The actions of the past should not continue to dictate what will happen in the coming days. I understand that so many people are talking. I've seen a clip about someone talking about the process of making dye back there in Africa, and then bringing said people to come over here and bringing certain plants to make the dyes over here to the country, over here to the U.S. Back when the U.S. was still being the U.S. or in the process of being the U.S. It just humanity just needs to be better. And I'm not talking about like the whole MAGA thing, like make America great again. No, I'm talking about just humanity in itself. There's so much hate in the world that it's just unnecessary. Prejudices against other people is unnecessary. People can live longer with spite. Like, it's proven. Like they'll just like. I guess that's a human thing. Animals, when they know it's their time, they're ready. They lay down and accept it and just peacefully let it happen. Humanity, on the other hand, can literally let their emotions keep them alive longer despite everyone. I, I just don't get it. It is it because it's American Eagle? What if it was any other? What if it was any other clothing brand? It's again, it's over a generic blonde woman that is appealing to the eyes of so many people, but yet it's the same kind of body type that people would say impossible beauty standards. It makes no sense. Yes, women right there look will see her and think, "Oh, that's she's a goal. Like I need to work hard to look just like her." And I understand stuff like that has been shoved down people's throats so much. People just pretty much just being programmed just to try and do something about themselves, get surgeries, go on insane diets, literally work themselves out to exhaustion where they can't even move the next day. It's just eh, it's just a cycle, a vicious cycle. Just if I can leave it on one thing, just humanity just really does need to do better for itself. If you have anything, if you want, I'm pretty sure you're gonna leave comments about their comments arguing with me about about anything I've said, but I'll welcome it. I know I'm not the best person. I'm not trying to be the best person. I'm just trying to be better for me and my family. I want to at least take my. I at least want to get my 2 cents out on the subjects. Everyone else does it. Everyone else has a bigger. Everyone else has. Everyone else's name is bigger. I'm just doing this just to get my 2 cents out. Oh. If there's something else that happens out in the world again that is complete batshit crazy, I'll let you know. Give my 2 cents on that. Then so on and so forth. But until then, I just hope. I just hope I made some people try to understand about the situation that just happened. Until then, goodbye.